Well, that'll punish lanes.
That's how you win the. You can go to 2 separate lanes and guarantee them. Now they can actually, like you were saying, the Disruptor, weak. Send home those Chen creeps in the off lane. You can actually put a carry hero there to farm.
And even though Nyx does have some 3-4 flex value, it's more likely going to be a Kaka hero. And now you have Kaka on a hero that only really does one thing. And I think that's where NEWBEE are super susceptible. Kaka needs to be able to contribute to the game in multiple ways.
So we're looking for Liquid to contest the lanes and to have some more team fight. They're definitely addressing that with this. Well, NEWBEE's is, yeah, like you said, a bit lackluster. Nyx does not provide a crazy amount. Sure, you have a stun, but in the team fight aspects, it is a lot harder.
Well, there you go. We got to see the Miracle Invoker in the last game. And another one of the one of the best player hero combinations in all of Pro Dota, the SCCC Queen of Pain, 51 and 29 into the career, #1 in GPM on this hero, ahead of CTY.
All losses, 0 wins.
Oh, she's
how many SCCC quaps though?
No, that's the thing.
There have been a couple.
Okay.
Look, Quap is statistically the worst hero among those that have been picked 100 times or more.
Haven't been a huge amount of match data either this event.
Why, like, don't you feel like usually the movement speed and the gyrocopter combined with the mobility of the Quap, I feel like they're going to have a hard time actually keeping these heroes locked down enough for Lifestealer to be effective.
That's where I guess that's where they need the Earth Spirit to just get everything done with the vehicle. But yeah,
they're
can be
asking
tough.
a lot.
Just the 8th game so far here at ESL 1 Genting for Lifestealer as well.
Yeah, now we have to ask who's going to be playing the Razor.
Yeah, I think that might be a mind control. I think they're saving a Miracle last pick, and they're going to give Matu his traditional Lifestealer.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't you ban the Storm Spirit, but instead they ban the Broodmother. Because I don't think you can have just the Earth Spirit as your vehicle. I think that's asking too much hard game already for the Lifestealer.
They do have Nyx versus the Storm.
Yeah, that's true.
Which
so maybe they're
could dissuade them a bit. Nyx and Disruptor tend to be pretty good versus Storm. But, yeah, I mean, the thing is that the Infest Bomb is you want to be able to kill somebody instantly, so they do want someone else to be there for the Lifestealer.
So maybe be careful with the cheese.
Enigma.
Haven't seen much cheese here, apart from Cap's attempt at claiming that Clock SF opening was cheese.
I like Enigma for NEWBEE. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah. I think
they banned it twice as well during this series.
Because you don't really want to run Tidehunter against Lifestealer. It's not a whole lot of fun laning phase.
Team Liquid's turn to
maybe they pick up.
They banned it.
Storm.
Yeah, you have to. Okay.
And they take the DK. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, is this I'm still questioning, is this going to be a mind control offlane DK, or is this a Miracle mid DK?
Good question.
I think more and more pro teams, starting with what mid one did. Wow!
Coddle, Nyx, Disruptor. That's an offlane Nyx.
Offlane Nyx, yeah.
That is
against the Lifestealer?
Or Nyx.
Corn Nyx.
And you don't like it versus Razor either.
I don't know about this, guys.
This is like the Zeus pickup again. I was down with NEWBEE's lineup.
Me too until last.
Yeah.
Well, fun things for you to think about. Queen of Pain, 5 games here, 0 wins.
Sure.
Keeper of the Light, 3 games here, all 3 wins. One of them's not having the same statistics at the end of this game. Anyway, let's get into the predictions. Alan, we'll start with you.
I'm gonna go with Liquid. I think they finally got back to basics and have the right formula. They're gonna punish the lanes, and I like the mid-game potential of the NEWBEE lineup again, but I think Liquid's gonna have a lead by then.
Okay, 4 out of 4 for Alan.
Who's gonna carry the? Are we gonna curse this? Are we gonna curse it again?
Oh, goodness.
I'm going SCCC Quap. Let's go.
Wow. Okay.
I'm switching it up. I'll take it.
All right, he's gonna take one for the team.
I don't like Nyx offlane, but I'm taking it. Let's go
Nyx offlane.
Let's go SCCC.
I'm not sure about the Coddle. Why'd they have to pick Coddle, man? All right, Liquid.
Okay, all right, 2 for Liquid, 1 for NEWBEE. This time round, it has again proved to be very difficult to narrow these 2 teams and keep them apart. Let's find out how they get on game 4. Remember, NEWBEE here on the verge of match and championship point. Let's head back to OD Pixel and Blitz for game number 4.
Thank you, Red Eye, and here we are. Game 4 in this best of 5 grand finals as NEWBEE lead 2-1 against Team Liquid. I'm OD Pixel. I'm here, of course, once again with Blitz. And again, we're seeing change-ups from both sides. And one thing I'll tell you S-triple-C as well in terms of...
It's going to be a beast in this game, but they do have a lot of lockdown on the side of Liquid. And Queen of Pain has not fared so well in this patch. But we'll see if S-triple-C is the man that can get the job done with this hero. At the same time, NEWBEE up 2-1. They were in this exact same position last year where they're up 2-1 over DC, where they ultimately lost the final 2 games, giving DC the tournament. But this time around, they want to change history a little bit.
We'll see what sort of lanes we have coming out. Of course, it is this core Nyx assassin that we don't always see. If anyone's going to make it work, certainly KP would be the man to do so. He's had some very impressive performances here on the main stage so far in these LAN finals. And we'll see if he can do so on that Nyx assassin. Having that sort of scouting potential set up to bring backup in for NEWBEE anytime they have this Faith Disruptor. They love heroes that can play around with the vision. And of course, having KP, there's going to be a lot of chances to get those setups for the Glimpse Static Storm combinations that we've seen Faith be very disruptive with. Excuse the pun.
No, I think so far it's 3-3. 3 for 3 in these finals. And so, see if NEWBEE can continue to keep that streak going as KP gonna get his damage stolen a bit. Not the best possible matchup for him as GH actually picks up the rune before S-triple-C can. And he's copying a lot of damage just to get this bounty rune. And now with mind control, finding the angle.
Nice little stun there from KP to make sure that he can get in for the rune. And indeed, SCCC will be forced, of course, to skill the blink level 1, get himself away. And did get beat down, as you say, very, very low. So already Miracle coming to into this lane with a slight edge in that regard.
Yeah, it's going to be a very big advantage for him. It means that S-triple-C...
Okay! Level 1 blink! Yes, please!
He's going to get stunned up. Miracle goes for the level 1 stun.
Is he going to get the kill in return? Has he got the movement speed to do so? I don't think he quite has. He's trying his best. Oh, GH, he'll roll up. He will find that first blood there for Liquid. So let's evaluate things here, Blizz. So Miracle has been forced to skill the stun level 1. Liquid have lost their courier, but NEWBEE, they did give up first blood. So who's the happier mid in this situation?
I think Miracle's definitely the happier mid, as that was such a weird sequence of events. S-triple-C said, bet you won't see this coming, and Miracle's like, no.
Wow, what a way to start off the mid lane between these two.
And it's just the fact that he held that skill point for that long, for the 1% play that maybe this happens, like who else does that? Most of the time you're just going to immediately skill up the Dragon Blood or the Breathe Fire. But Miracle somehow saw that situation maybe pop up, and it does. Gets the first blood.
And already off the back of that, as you say, we're going to see us up top. GH is going to get blocked off there. Nice control from NEWBEE. Will secure themselves the Earth Spirit kill. Money into the bank of Mugi as he gets the final touch in this top lane. And yeah, this decision to sort of lane like this, as you say, down to just keeping sort of the solo Nyx assassin away from the Razor lane. And Liquid, of course, leaving Matumba on his own for now. Is Matumba totally fine in this one matchup?
Oh, he's more than fine. And this is the problem for NEWBEE, is that none of their lanes...
With the gang, with the Mud Golems. Very, very swiftly done there. The mini ones as well, so he has triple the damage output.
I think, regardless of where you put the Nyx assassin, he's going to be unhappy.
Oh, and look at this as well. Liquid. Can they get Faith? Smart moves here. Kuro taking control of another creep to kill the initial Mud Golem, so he gets the 2 babies, so he has the double potentially. Still trying to bring him in range though. Faith has got those brown boots. Another roll from GH will slow him down. And with the body blocks, that should be enough to get the first stun in. There's 1, there's 2, and there's the control they need to take down Faith. SCCC there though, trying for a kill in return. He did get the dagger out onto GH. Jones forward, very fire play, the deny! Kuro! Absolutely unleashing his wrath with these movements, setting up 2 kills, and also denying that away from SCCC. Kuroki-chan off to a very flashy start in these first 3 minutes.
Very well played by Liquid as they lose absolutely nothing in return. Force the Queen of Pain to use that blink forward. Use a lot of her mana, and now Miracle should continue to have a free lane in this. Already up to 15 CS, completely untouched in mid lane. As the Dragon Knight versus Queen of Pain matchup, perfectly fine for the DK. It's one of the best heroes at dealing with her. Got a high amount of regen. Once he gets the Soul Ring, he gets Further HP regen, none of the harass really matters too much, and not the best start so far for NEWBEE.
Look at this up top. KP has come up to lane, and we're still seeing the interaction that we feared in terms of NEWBEE having to get that long static link. Same time down bottom, Liquid with their movement, they'll find another. Matuma takes down Faith with the help of Kuro and GH as the supports rotations from Liquid just continue to bring Liquid on top of this early lanes.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for Disruptor to do anything because it's very easy for Liquid to get aggressive, and this is the downside of playing Disruptor. NEWBEE have done such a good job of keeping Liquid on their toes that they haven't been able to aggro this Disruptor, but as soon as you can, it changes the way that this hero has to play. And Miracle
Look who's
already
here.
up
In the mid lane, Kuro and GH.
Yeah, they're going to have to go for really nice timings here to get
the
this kill.
roll in and the smash.
Miracle's invis. He can set up with the stun.
That's the dream rune there. CCC. He's trying to play around it, but he's not going to expect that invis DK to come through like that. Straight up. The perfect rune for Miracle to find there. Maybe they could have done it anyway, but with the invis rune, it's a surefire kill.
Yeah.
So he was aware.
He saw the with the ward, and he even says invisible enemy nearby, but he didn't expect the other two.
He did not expect the backup.
Now this mid matchup gets even worse for him. All started with that first blood. Completely lost control of that lane, and Miracle going for every single deny right now.
Yep. All three of Liquid's cores, top of the net worth at the moment. Bottom lane, Matuma pushing this lane right in, keeping Mugi on his toes, making sure that Mugi doesn't get a similar start as he did in his performance with his gyrocopter. So we can see though, third highest win rate on Queen of Pain, SCCC, 51-29. And he bring it through this game. He certainly has sort of all the odds against him in terms of coming out of these lanes, with Miracle hitting whilst SCCC still just sitting on level 4 on this Queen of Pain.
Yeah, with the first catapult, Miracle getting very aggressive in this mid lane. Wants to try to pressure the tower. You don't get it with this first one, you can always get it with the second, as Miracle being hits. They are trying to force him back. The Keeper of the Fight does blast him once here. Miracle getting aggressive though.
And they're just going to turn with the stun and the boulder smash from GH. Very neatly done onto 2. Making sure the nut reaction can come. They'll get the kill. Top lane though, NEWBEE finding potential trade as they go onto mind control. Mugi dives in, takes the kill in return. So Mugi is getting those kills on his gyrocopter that are so important for him to get the ball rolling, as we've seen as he has done on his gyro performances in other games. Reaction on the mid lane though. He's coming in. And it will connect onto Miracle as the Elder Dragon form is about to end. They'll back away, but still a considerable amount of damage done to that tier 1 off the back of that first Elder Dragon form.
But still, the gold lead is not insurmountable by any means. Only 1k ahead. Keeper of the Light didn't really help out in the lanes too much, but just farmed a lot. Almost has a 4-staff already. Kaka playing this very greedy. Understands that he's going to have to transition. So far, NEWBEE still doing alright, but it's Liquid with the 2k gold lead. Largely back of their 2 cores. As you see, Matuma is completely unafraid here.
Look at this aggression. GH rolls straight in away with the boulder smash set up on for this man. The stun might buy time for Kaka to get out, and it does. KP with the quick and play on, making sure that the TP's out there for his teammate. Top lane, mind control left alone. With these sort of aggressive plays being made down bottom, NEWBEE know there's the space for them to make plays themselves up top.
Still looking up Matuma right now. Completely
He really wants
unafraid.
one of these two. Stun does hold him down. I mean, there's no chance of these two killing him, but the least they can do is make sure neither of them fall themselves. And you can see just the confidence of Matuma on this hero. Mid lane, leading in onto SCCC, not quite able to find the stun with the Centaur to set action up.
But the mid wave now taken. Tower's gone. We saw how important it is for both these teams. Feels like whoever takes that mid tower first ends up winning game. And it was NEWBEE in the past.
It's coming a little too close. The roll will miss, but GA still in more than enough position to allow the follow-through damage to come in. Liquid diving in deep. NEWBEE are there, but they're getting pushed back by Kuro's creeps as he scatters NEWBEE. It makes it impossible for Faith to find any sort of catch or glimpse to set anything up for NEWBEE themselves to find a kill. As it may only be a 2k gold lead, but in the games that we've seen so far in this finals, it's definitely sort of the biggest step up we've seen 8.5 minutes in between these two teams.
And Miracle already has drums completed, level 8. He's had a fantastic time in this game compared to SCCC. This is the roughest game we've seen out of him so far. Only level 6 at almost 9 minutes into the game, already 0-3. Hasn't had any impact in this game quite yet. And at the same time, Matuma Man, it feels like they are largely just leaving him alone.
Nicely done there, but do they actually have damage for this one? They were thinking about it, but SCCC does the maths. No Sonic Wave won't be enough. So he saves it. Can't kill Miracle between those two.
That's so rough. Every attempt so far
Fit for a queen.
hasn't gone as planned.
Does have that arcane rune now. SCCC would love to try and get the first use of the Sonic Wave under the cover of it. But it's so hard for him to find action across the map. With the movements of these supports from Liquid, the chance of just find one is going to be pretty unfortunate. Look at this sort of teasing with the courier as they keep vision on Kaka. Boulder Smash actually going to be off point there from GH. So Kaka, GH is still trying to tease around with it. And he does have that urn on him. Kaka falling low. I don't think he's going to quite drop as he will just keep himself alive thanks to the Tango regen. Bottom lane, Faith TPing out. Boulder Smash not quite there in time. Matuma Man treads, armlet complete. TP straight up to the top lane as once again Mind Control was beginning to get dove upon by Mugi's Gyro, but the TP from Lifesteal holds back NEWBEE. Now back away. I mean, what's the move now for NEWBEE in this sort of situation? How do you get your Queen of Pain back into a game like this?
You have to try to take some sort of team fight, catch a core, take a tower immediately after that. The problem though is that their lanes have gone so abysmally that there's no real moves to make. Like this Nyx Assassin didn't have the easiest time no matter where he went. He struggled to find anything. None of these lanes were very advantageous for them at all. At least in the previous games they were able to make moves on the back of their supports. For this game, haven't felt the impact of Kaka or Faith.
Let's see what we can do here. KP thinking of a setup, goes straight in with the stun. Storm from Faith to follow up. They managed to trap him. He does have the armlet. I don't know if it's going to be enough to keep himself alive. He's trying his best, but he can't quite fight his way out of that one. NEWBEE getting themselves a big pick-off. Same time, no space is there for Miracle with the Elder Dragon form, claiming this tier 2 tower at only 11 minutes in. Liquid really putting huge amounts of pressure onto this NEWBEE lineup.
Miracle, already level 10, gonna go for the Shadow Blade. That's gonna be his Queen of Painkiller as SCCC.
GH not gonna be caught out by the stun. KP now a little deep. Ready to try and turn, has a Spike Carapace holding Mind Control back for a little bit. And they'll continue to chase down. He has the TP, but he knows with the Boulder Smash potential, he's not going to get a chance to use it. GH hitting it blind through the tree line as the control to set up the kill.
Faith TP's out of there, understands that fight is completely over. Liquid with 4 heroes up top. Would be surprised if they didn't try to take down that tower, and that's where Kaka comes in. He's got to be ready for this. Continuously blast out the wave. Slow down Liquid as much as you can.
Anytime they combine to allow Mugi and SCCC to climb themselves back up into this game, gonna be time well spent. Yeah, the phase and the drums going for the SMY, of course, on this Gyro. KP looking for the scout, but as the board's down, quick glimpse back onto Miracle as soon as he moves in. Faith making sure that Miracle can't get the initial touch onto KP. Kaka keeping himself hidden in the sidelines. KP has to be careful. Very much on the edge of that central board here. Cannot reveal himself. And after TPs, GH does have Matuma Man inside of them. Liquid, they do want to die. And look, jumping in straight away with the Infest. Open it to Kaka, and Faith is down. Kaka as well to fall. Liquid game 2. KP underneath the sentry board for now. The stun for Miracle holding him in place. Do they have further detection? Doesn't look like they do straight up. He'll turn. He'll actually reveal himself. The stun of the Infest was wearing out, so they didn't need it anyway. Smash comes through from GH. Double kill from Miracle. Liquid starting to run away with this game as it seems in the very early stages.
Yeah, they want a game 5 right now, and so far looks like they're headed straight towards it as Liquid.
You don't want to CP into that one, my friend. And indeed, both CPs being cancelled. No way that they turn up straight into a fight like this against this Liquid lineup.
And mid tower was denied. SCCC 0-3-0 hasn't helped out his team. Doesn't feel as though he can with how far behind he is, but
Maybe they can
Not
get a
making any
catch
leeway.
off the back of this. They're heading forward towards Miracle, thinking about it with the glimpse, straight in. GH is going to look for the oh, the 3-man done! No try for the Sonic won't now return. They do manage to Miracle. Can they get more? They look towards GH. GH down as well, NEWBEE. They've found 2. They'll turn towards this Razor, finding 3rd. Exactly what NEWBEE needed there. Getting these kills off the back of a retreat attempted by Liquid. And in so many games have we seen similar situations like this come out from NEWBEE. Faith, with this disruptor play, knows always the perfect time and the perfect hero to catch out and kick off a favorable team for his team.
Gonna find all the creeps too of Kuro as he tries to bring them back.
We'll get one of them.
Here's the roll.
Trying to go back in. Well, immediately the glimpse is only going to send back GH, but Tumberman's still there, but doesn't want to quite chase across the river without his Earth Spirit.
And that gold lead completely slips away now. Only 1k in favor for Team Liquid. Such a nice turnaround for them as Kaka now has the 4-staff of very farm support. Bait.
More invis on invis it. But there is the sentry down mid for Faith. They did get a glimpse and it's quite literally taking back Miracle into the cooldown. But at the same time, the Tumberman going straight for Faith. Faith trying to get himself out of there, looking for the body blocks, but it's not going to work. Brief fire from Miracle finishes off the kill.
AP invised up. GH moving forward. He does have a dust. And this is not a fight that NEWBEE wants to take anymore.
Not without the disruptor. Not without that static storm. Kaka on the high ground is going to be spotted out by Miracle as he leads in with the Shadow Blade. Burns down the old man on his horse and leads the charge in. Elder Dragon form popped and ready to push. 15 minutes in, looking to claim another tier 2 tower from the side of NEWBEE. They have their disruptor back up. KP could look to try and set something up. See both of the cores still, Mugi and SCCC, desperately pushing out the side lanes, making sure they continue to find that farm. Mugi's still very much close to the value of both Miracle and Tumberman. SCCC, though, does still need more time to catch up, as he still sits 2-3k behind the respective cores of Liquid.
Right now, SCCC continuing to farm out, but he is still quite far behind, and Liquid have rebuilt that gold lead once again. They still have to be careful. The team fight potential is there for NEWBEE, and if you get over-aggressive, the glimpse is always going to be there for the follow-up. So they have to be very measured with these fights right now. Dire going to scan on top of themselves, seeing what they can get. They want to get aggressive here.
But already the spike campus was out. Miracle doesn't care. The static storm comes down, but Tumberman got the rage off in time though. Breaks his way out, looks to safe, forced up to the high ground. GH as well, safe for the time being. He has to be careful, but Tumberman trying to focus top way. Flies under for a double kill. And SCCC, he jumps in. He finds 2 in return, but his team himself have lost 3 members. Mid lane Kaka successful with the TP out. But still, Liquid, they come on top in terms of numbers. They lose 2. Good news for SCCC though is getting that double kill. Certainly bumps him up a little bit in value of the net worth, perhaps 2 bounty runes as well. If he can continue to make these plays, they have to be so tight, so perfectly executed, because one misstep from this Queen of Pain, you're going to get caught out by the DK. GH is going to turn the combo, and already there's movements being made towards SCCC.
He's just going to pick up. Doesn't have a TP though. And Miracle, he kind of knows that this is going on. Maybe SCCC, they might run into each other.
One tree between the 2 of them.
Both of them have no idea how close they are. And now Miracle.
I mean, there's no way SCCC can try for Miracle at the moment, and indeed just blinks himself out. Has now got the Yule set, so will have that sort of favored protection against the silence from GH, at least in these fights. And again, yes, ships in the dark. Miracle and KP passing one another under the cover of Invis.
I mean, as nice as that Yule Scepter is, there's so much single target that can still bring him down. The Earth Spirit is patient. He could always just wait for the Yules to land on the ground, get the kick in the silence right after it. And if Miracle initiates on him, you do have a ton of burst damage that flies on down. At the same time, pace of the game, kind of okay. NEWBEE sold to serve. The gold lead isn't building at least. Even drops 1k.
What have we here?
At least briefly here as Mugi trying to build a BKB of his own.
Oh, GH. He's got a surprise here for Kaka. That's a surprise in the form of Tumberman. Finding these pickoffs. GH and Tumberman making multiple successful moves with this Earth Spirit Lifestealer bottom combination.
At the same time, SCCC hitting that tower, being very careful though. senses some kind of movement, immediately blinks out. And Miracle looking for him, but this time around, he's changed his play up a little bit and gone down.
SCC just keeping himself well and truly hidden. Actually going to have the wraparound for KP, but immediate boulder smash and silence for GH. Onto the next assassin. Will force KP to TP out. He will make it. No further control. But someone on the sidelines though, looking towards SCCC. Quick Yules and blink back off cooldown. SCCC will be able to create the distance. Get himself away from that scary, scary lifestealer.
You can tell right now, Kuro, he wants to go for the Roshan. Has the medallion on the Chen. This is one of the easiest ways to do it. At the same time, NEWBEE have done such a good job of playing around this top area and keeping this lane pushed out with SCCC. You notice whenever he leaves this lane, he doesn't truly leave it. He just hides inside the tree, and he always changes where he hides.
And these sentries as well, just the last duration of that sentry as well, I believe. Setting up for Miracle. Open up with the stun from Shadowblade onto KP. KP down. And into that pit you go, as you say. They'll have it in good timing. Unlikely that NEWBEE are going to be able to contest this at all. Yep, so SCCC TPs himself back to base. No intention of fighting around this pit. So this should indeed be a Aegis for Liquid. But the way that they're pushing, I wouldn't say that a high ground push would necessarily be off the books anytime soon. We can certainly expect to see Liquid keep this aggression up.
Matama Man has the Aegis now. Everyone's starting to flood in with items. Miracle almost has that BKB. That'll almost certainly denote the high push for them. It's had a very successful game at 8-1 right now. But NEWBEE, they're getting around. Miracle doesn't have that BKB himself.
Take him down too. They have detectional control. They have the dust, but Miracle's on the high ground. Jump forward. GH! 3-man boulder smash straight down. Sonic Wave through, but they've lost Faith. Faith down on the Disruptor. Certainly could have been a lot worse for Liquid there. GH didn't find that perfect angle to put a stop to NEWBEE's attempt to chase down Liquid up onto the high ground.
Yeah, it looked like NEWBEE we're gonna just get an easy kill, but Miracle goes up the high ground. They don't have vision around that area. Liquid completely surrounded them. And now they're gonna take this top tier 2 tower. Keeper of the Light simply just can't be up there in time. Thought that they were gonna continue their mid aggression.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
SCCC.
Oh, aggressively!
Oh, straight into the base on top of this. Keeper of the Light get forced back, but it doesn't matter. Kaka's down. The static don't hold back that page, and they should lose the... Oh, the setback! Kuro's there with the save. Gets GH back to safety, and now the rest of Liquid, they still want to fight. Moving and they'll force out the buyback from Disruptor. Chasing now KP. Mind control there with the BKB, showing no fear at all. Miracle as well as own BKB. Stunning Faith outside of base. That's a die back on the Disruptor. Double kill for Miracle, 23-9. Liquid forcing themselves vastly ahead here in this game 4. Looking to push this final to the game 5 that I know all the fans would be hoping for. And with these racks going down at the top 22 minutes in, the chances for a turnaround looking even slimmer. GH jumping forward straight away. Slow on to 2. SCCC has coming back to the base. The team's coming back in. They need to find kills. They've got the blast from Kaka knocking mind control into the fountain. Will secure them the Razor, but they need more. KP on the chase, hunting down Matumba and Kuroki. Very hard to close the gap and can't quite get vision of them. It's just on the edge of it. Will catch a glimpse of Kuro. Still chasing. Kuro should be in trouble here. The vision's there for the glimpse track. Stuck in the kinetic field. NEWBEE do get a couple of kills off the back of that, but they had to expend a buyback on the Disruptor. Not the biggest of losses, but losing that melee racks 22 minutes in, along with the range racks on the top lane, certainly not ideal, as Liquid looking to feel very comfortable here in this game 4.
Yeah, and it all started with that aggressive blink in from the Earth Spirit with the Lifestealer Bomb, being able to drag down Kaka immediately. You get rid of the 4th position Keeper of the Light, get the immediate high ground advantage as a result. Very well done by Liquid. Really nice, controlled, measured aggression. So NEWBEE, just with their heroes, have not been able to respond as Miracle invised up. He's going to go for this kill.
Straight in with the opener onto Faith. And that'll be an easy solo kill for Miracle at this stage. Shadowblade leading. And with the Elder Dragon Form back of cooldown, they can certainly look to try and make a go again. As they start form themselves back around the mid lane. 23 minutes, eyeing up that second set of racks. No disruptor for a little bit of a small window, 15 seconds before Fate's back in the game. And Liquid, they're ready to push in up to the high ground. The creeps moving in, they start bringing down this tier 3 tower. Mind control and GH sat behind him, and there's GH looking to jump in straight away. The Infest Bomb, and bam! Moogie falls low. BKB's pop. Can he get himself out of it in time? He can. He'll keep himself alive. Moogie will get back to base. Miracle has also expended his BKB. GH to roll out. Matuma Man looking towards that triple C, but the static storm's down. It brought out the Sonic Wave from SCCC, managing to bring down one, but they've lost the disruptor again. Matuma Man just going ham. Double kill for Matumba. Mind control playing dangerously near the base here, as he will pay for his sins there.
And Matuma Man, lone core to hit this Rax,
They've
but
now got to get out. I mean, Liquid, with that play, maybe just getting a little overextended as they don't actually get the mid set of Rax with that loss.
yeah, but GH coming in.
He still wants to fight this. There isn't a Matuma Man life steal inside him. Matuma Man jumps out, goes forward onto Moogie, stun holds back GH. They're trying to kite out this life stealer during the raid. Silence for GH, holding SCCC down. With the Yules, Kuro's looking for the stun with the potential, but he won't quite find the connection. Matuma Man can't quite get Kaka. Stun's going to be off the mark. The homing missile comes in. They'll take the Aegis out of the hands of the life
They've got Orchid.
Can they do it again here? They don't get the silence in time. Edge is out from Matuma Man. Silence for GH onto KP. Jump forward from SCCC though. Finds GH. Turns towards Kuroki. Chasing down the Chen. There'll be a second one for the quad. Matuma Man has to just run. Doesn't look like NEWBEE will catch him. But Liquid certainly getting punished there for their sort of... I don't know what that was. It was just getting a little away with themselves as it seemed. As NEWBEE were offered the opportunity to keep this game going, keep hold of their mid-racks, and force Liquid back out of their base with quite some style and picking up some big kills on the way as well.
Yeah, it just felt like they were out of sorts. You saw that mind control. I mean, I'm looking at the Lifestealer hit the Rax by himself, and all of a sudden you're talking about Razor jumping into their base once again. He dies somewhat near the fountain. It just feels as though they're being a little too cocky with their aggression. There's still 9 ahead. Nothing to sneer at. We've seen NEWBEE come back from large deficits before. This is not the way that you want to close out the game.
You just got to look at SCCC. This man was so far behind, but he's 634, his highest net worth on his team. He's starting to get back to the stage where he's rivaling the value of the 2 cores on Liquids. Granted, there's still about a couple of K in it, but the fact that he's picked his game back up on this Queen of Pain just goes to show how proficient he is on this hero.
Yeah, and now you've got the Aghanim Scepter on the Coddle. Like, a lot of items are flying on the side of NEWBEE, and this is why you've got to be more careful if you're Liquid. There's also a gem on the ground for Kaka if he wants to pick it up. They can play the vision game at the same time, and you're only 1 racked up if you're Liquid. You can't afford to make these kinds of plays. This GH
with the smoke play jumps in straight out. 1 down, Faith gone. Will always guarantee them a kill at the stage if they catch anyone out on their own outside of the base, that's for sure. So NEWBEE, despite being able to force Liquid back, still have to be so careful how they leave their high ground.
Miracle, double damage, about to run out. And if you're Liquid, you most likely just wait for the next Roshan. You have taken top racks, so you're not in too big of a rush. And you can't afford another fight like that. 1 or 2 more fights like that, and suddenly Liquid, they're going to lose that lead.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Mid-lane. Miracle. Starting to push it in, mind control as well, working on the bottom lane. Trying to keep both shoved in against NEWBEE. You can certainly feel it, Liquid being a lot more careful with how they go about their plays off the back of their last bad experience. And now NEWBEE themselves, they'll try for the smoke up, leading out. So you think you get a wrap around it. They can get a catch onto Miracle of sorts to start the fight off. That would be absolutely ideal. Miracle pods the Shadow Blade. Have they got the vision? They'll knock him back. They do have the dust, but the BKB's already out on Miracle. Straight away they turn towards this Kaka Keeper of the Light. They have the control with the Boulder Smash. Kaka's down. Miracle moving across for more. He's got his eyes towards Moogie. Moogie still has the BKB available, but this, it may just be a support, but it's a big support that NEWBEE need for the D push. No Keeper of the Light for 60 seconds. And Liquid will be able to push in. BKB's focused down Moogie. The stun for KP. Setting up onto Miracle. Sonic Wave from NCTC. They're trying to bring down the Dragon, but they can't. Kuro, no cat. The poison got it despite being sent back. The last tick got the kill. Now they're trying for more, but mind control turns them in big style, moving in with the Eye of the Storm. He just waltzes over 3 of them. Triple kill for the man, and they do get that melee racks.
They all bought back, but NEWBEE already too late as the melee Rax is claimed.
They want to go back in. Oh, the border smash on 2. And that's going to get one kill. Maybe get him a second. The CCC loses himself out, looks for the blink back, will make it. But he may not be quite as lucky. Glimpses back the line stealer. Has got the urns to keep him alive. GH finds the setup though. The boulder smash from this Spirit getting SCCC. GG is called, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to a Game 5 here in the Grand Finals of ESL Genting. As Liquid, 20-minute victory, 20k gold lead. They had a little bit of a slip-up, but other than that, this is the Liquid I think a lot of people were expecting to see coming into this finals.
And it feels like in both their wins, it was their ability to finally get GH involved in